Hi everybody, welcome to this little video. So listen, I just got done with a meeting with the department head and one of the other people that are teaching EDT 476, and I have a little bit of an update regarding the group project. So I wanted to share that with you. There are a couple more things that are going to be needed as part of your meeting, so I wanted to walk through that with you. And also, I totally understand the time crunch and the way things are going for you guys this term, so I'm actually going to change it up a little bit. And the March meeting, the March face-to-face meeting, it's due that following Sunday, and I'm going to be giving you half of that class period, at least half of that class period, an hour or maybe a little bit more, to actually do the recording in class or in the area, so that you don't have to kind of work that in. You still need to have the required meetings as we talked about, and I'm going to go over that in just a second. So let me bring up my screen, and I believe it's right here. So yeah, so I'm just going to walk through this project again. I know we walked over it on Friday, but I want to double check with you and just show you the couple things that we had to add. So as we discussed before, we are going to, together with your group, you will create a video and presentation discussing format designed to show your understanding of educational technology and its impact on students and teachers. You may use information covered in class from now until then, and any other additional resources you'd like to assist you in creating your content. So here's the official assignment. As a team, you're going to create a video and presentation / discussion format that includes the following things. Expand on what is educational technology with a brief history and examples of its use. Try to connect this to its impact both inside and outside of the classroom and its uses across different fields, not just in education. Describe how the internet has impacted student learning so far. Has it all been positive? Discuss what you think are the biggest ways the internet has changed the way we learn. This should include learning both inside and outside of the classroom. Section 3, describe how the internet has impacted the way that teachers teach and assess students. Discuss what you think are the biggest ways the internet has changed how we teach, assess students, and also how we organize our digital classrooms. And finally, state how you may have used technology in your own learning in a meaningful way. And this could be learning both like when you're in your own school, your own education, or it could be something outside of education. We discussed a little bit about the fact that YouTube is the '2 search engine out there, and pretty much if you want to learn how to do anything, you can just go to YouTube and find it. So that might be part of your discussion there. Also, please remember, this is a group project designed for presentation and discussion, so there should be some discussion about the topics from all team members throughout the video. And if you need more clarification on this, talk to me and we'll figure it out. So here is where things might be a little bit different. Your group will be expected to use a group charter that will essentially be an agreement between group members, and we discussed this on Friday. Also, please remember, you need to share that with me as soon as possible. That Google Doc that we use for a template, you can share that with me, and then that takes care of that part of it. But the requirements for the meetings, here are where things are different, and this is what we're doing in all of the 476 courses. So there should be a minimum of 3 planned meetings throughout the course of this project, virtual or otherwise, to discuss, plan, and record your video. Now remember, I just said that last meeting, I am going to be giving you like an hour to an hour and a half to actually record your video and have your discussion right there. We'll do it in class, or we can kind of spread around the building a little bit, but we'll figure that out. So that's going to be happening on March, whatever the March meeting is. I want to say it's the 15th, but I'd have to actually pull up the camera. But anyway, the March face-to-face meeting, you'll have time to do that. As documentation for the meetings that you're having up till that point, and remember there has to be a minimum of 3 to get through this, you will need to supply me a copy of the agenda or notes. I don't necessarily know you'll have an agenda, but you will certainly have notes for each meeting. And if you would like, that could simply be a shared Google Doc that you just continually add to. That might be a good way to do it. I would just ask that if you do it that way, segment out the dates of the meeting so you can actually have the meeting dates listed, because that's part of what I have to report. Also, point 2, you'll need to brainstorm ideas for your video presentation discussion. This is a new thing that was added that I just found out about today. So you're actually going to kind of brainstorm your ideas for what you want that discussion to be about, how you're going to do it, maybe like a little storyboard or something along that line. As documentation for that, you can share with me a copy of whatever you're using to brainstorm. And you can use whatever tool you want. If you want to use something like a Google Doc, if you want to use Jamboard, if you want to use Padlet, any one of those kind of things would be great tools for brainstorming. Part 3, you should also write a shared script for the presentation part of the video. Now listen, when I say a shared script, I don't mean that you have to talk exactly what it is. I would say that shared script is kind of the guidelines for whatever part of it that you're presenting, and obviously you're not going to script out your discussion because, well, that's kind of a discussion. So, again, you don't need to script your discussion. That can just happen naturally as part of the video. But as documentation for that, I'll need a copy of the shared script. I'm also going to give 30 minutes in the next face-to-face class, so you could consider that one of your meetings if you would like. And I just mentioned this, but half the time for the March face-to-face class will be reserved for your teams to do the actual recording of the project. You don't have to do it that day. I guess that would be up to your team. Just know that during that day, we will be having half of the time responding for that. And we'll also be doing the reflection piece on that day as well. Two last items there. There's no required video length for this. I would love it if you could keep it, less than 15 minutes, 5 to 15 minutes, somewhere in that word, 10, 5, something like that. Just remember that I'm not a stickler when it comes to time. I just want you to cover the areas that you're responsible for, your discussion's responsible for, and then make sure that it fits into that 3-point part of the rubric, because that's how we're going to be grading that. And then the last point, each group member obviously should contribute to this project and will complete a reflection piece after it's been completed. Some additional resources here. These are some resources that I provide for you. You can do your own research as well. These are just some things that might help you. The grading assignment is worth 30 points. There's a link right here in the assignment to the scoring rubric. And I'm actually going to, as soon as I get done with this video, I'm going to actually put the final project as an assignment in Google Classroom, and it's going to be opened for right now. So, you don't obviously have to finish it until the March thing, but just know that it's there, and this document and the scoring rubric will both be part of that assignment. And the project is due on March 17th. So yeah, our last face-to-face, I believe, is March 15th. Or not last, but last one for this project. All right. As always, if you guys have any questions or concerns or need some clarification, shoot me an email or a text, and I will do my best to help you out, okay? I hope this makes things clear. And have fun working on it. I think it's going to be a pretty fun project for you. All right, guys, we'll see you.